Hi everyone, I am Margourtarotreader, and today we're doing a short reading for a client that will represent the sign of Scorpio, and also we have mainly for an Aquarius in question. Okay, now understand that prior to the recording, I call into the universe with your personal information because my clients remain private at all times. During the recording, if and when there are moments of silence, it is when I'm transcending to your spirit guides so they can start passing on the messages that I need to pass on to you. As always, certain predictions can and are allowed to change to an extent. Other predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you and the people in question have to take in this earthly world. Okay, let's get started. In this is the universe and the heavens. Thank you. Okay. Since we've done certain work on certain individual, I am overlooking as well with the energies of the person's pictures including. Okay, only when I've done certain spell work on clients that I also use the pictures to emphasize the energies. Other than that, it's only their personal energies, their names, full names, birthdays and whatnot. So this first reading is going to go to the Aquarius. Okay, angels, thank you. Okay, let's see what's going on in his environment here. And you are Scorpion. So right off the back, we see him here in control of certain things in his life, in control of the home, the money. He seems to be a little bit confused in reference to ends means, meaning in reference to the money, the income and whatnot. But he seems to recuperate quite well in reference to the income though. Yeah. You know, since we don't know the sign and birthday of the spouse, but we can still pick up the energy here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, the way you keep communication with this person, by now you should have already found out as much information as possible in reference to that spouse. By now you should have. And you haven't, which is kind of odd to me that you haven't. Sometimes as the third party, we have to be smart about how to gather information and hold it for our best interest at the times. Okay, since this is his spread, I'm going to have to say this. Shoot. Where is, okay, here it is. Yeah, you know, in reference to his work environment, I feel that he is, yes, he's going to be upset about being laid off and whatnot, but he gets right back in the horse right after, as soon as he lays off, he's already thinking of where he's going next. To no surprise of his, he can be replaced at any given time, yes, but at the same time, he has people that can help him find other jobs right off the back also. What I'm sensing here will tell you this much. He's quite happy in a situation that he isn't taking endeavor into the home environment. Now, what I'm sensing here is that he has or will continue to keep communication with another female besides you. Okay, plain and simple is what I see. See, the ritual that you did last time, it did not take fully effect under the circumstances that things were processed, you know, from your end. And it is very vital to proceed exactly how we do certain things, especially when we are trying to connect and deliver messages and petitions to the universe and to our guides. There's certain steps when it comes to me, when it comes to how I work, of course. It's a must that you follow every step that I give, everything that I ask, everything that I need for my clients to do. As I do my time, as I take care of my ends in reference to the spell and to the spells and rituals. See, I am very patient when I do certain things. I'm very patient and nurturing and caring and just giving it all when I process spells and rituals, because it's how we tender to the energy that we succeed. And so therefore I expect the same from my clients, because more the merrier. The client should be giving more than I am. Because why? Because you are the person that needs this to be successful as much. I make my ends be as it should and as requested by the clients. And as always, the clients are the first priority when I'm doing certain work. So therefore I need certain changes and adaptation to the spells and rituals when we're manifesting them. So and so this is why sometimes I ask the clients, when they're seeking certain things, take your time, look at the videos that I have there posted in rituals. Even though it's a minor portion of the ritual that it's being done, it's key to how you perceive my work and how you perceive how I do my things. And of course, if you're willing to know how, to work with me and to have something done for you, then you have to follow my steps. It's a must. Okay. And in these situations, with the last ritual, it worked partial. And we discussed that, we talked about that. And I told you we're gonna have to come back and see what else needs to be done, if anything, or does it need to be processed all over again. Now, some people may choose to do the whole spiritual ritual that was done, like yours, to redo again all over, so it is a safe clean, and that is fine as well. And sometimes we can come back and pinpoint and touch certain things, add certain other spells to that ritual to convey it. But most of the time, it's best to do the whole thing all over again. And in this process is done the way it must and it should. But it's really up to you. It did work. It has worked to an extent. That I cannot, it's here. Okay. Why? Because he does seems to think of you quite a bit. He does seems to love now certain aspects of you, like certain things that he liked about you. Now he finds himself loving certain gestures or intentions of you. So that it's crucial, because that gives a step into the ritual that we have processed. It gives us a step into his spiritual growth in reference when it comes to you. And it also gives us a way, an outlook of how he's developing feelings for you. And it really is manifesting, but it's a very slow pace. So you're going to have to push this, to be honest. You're going to have to push this into a certain other endeavors. Either redo the ritual or there are other things that you can add here. There are other spells that you can do for this as well. We've discussed one in our last conversation. And that's something that I think that every person that has a love mate should do anyways. Because even if two people love each other, it's something that you should do, because you constantly have to keep an update on the relationship, whether it's physical or spiritually, which it should be both. Okay. And when there's lack of emotions, lack of feelings, it's a must. You have to intervene in other ways, especially in spiritual work, to have some type of control over that person, in reference to your relationship. And I don't mean an obsessive controller behavior, but I mean in the sense that, because we're not in a perfect world, because there's a yes and no, and because there's ups and downs, happy and sad moments, it gives a leeway for the negative energy to come into relationships and take over, and then have other people come in and interfere in the relationship. So it will be easy target. If there's lack of feelings for a relationship, it's easy target for energy to come in and destroy or take away such a relationship that you have, and that goes for whoever. It's obvious that somebody out there, it's needing such insight. And I like to always say, if you are in this channel, it's because there's a need and advice that you're seeking, and you found it in this channel. Nothing is forgiven. Everything is for a purpose. Okay? Yes, including the good and the bad. Now, so I did have to touch on that because I do sense here the change in this person, but yet he keeps himself at distance and at bay, makes up excuses about problems, home, work, money, and things like that. But at the same time, you shouldn't be upset that he's telling you all these things, because he's releasing the issues that he has in the material sense. And if he does not release that with you, he's going to release it with someone that he can get attached to. Okay? And therefore it's best that he comes to you for every little situation, every desire, needs, not just in bed, especially if you're wanting this person to be something else for you and with you. You want them to come and be with you. You want them to interact. You want them to tell you things. You want them to confide in you. And I feel that this person has confided in you in a lot of ways, in a lot of things. And so that is a big step for you in this situation. Okay? I would suggest that you make a decision whether or not you want to redo the ritual and or add the other ritual or spell that we talked about with the clothing and whatnot. I think that, you know, trusting and having that faith makes things have that possibility and that achievement also. Okay? And if you are already thinking, hell no, not again, this again, and that negativity that you emphasizing and saying will not work in any ritual spells. It's gonna take a long time. When I was working with these rituals for you, I noticed the intensity in you, and I noticed all these things, and so I already know how my clients will perceive to certain things. And so therefore I give you the advices because I need you to do certain things within you to change, and it's for the best for you anyways at the end of the day. So if you are already thinking negative, then things will hold back more, and things might not even prosper the way that you want them to prosper. And that in itself is not just because in rituals and spells, but it is also in the daily life of our life, in our spiritual growth as well. So be aware and keep in mind in that. Okay? Now, if you have continued to keep your affirmations, continue to do so, but do them in the point of light that you are accepting and believing in such affirmations. If the things that you have that I've told you are growing and in a beautiful sense, that's also a good vibe, also a good energy. But know that everything is for a reason in its place here. Okay? Now, you have to and you must try to find as much information as you can as the spouse. We need that date of birth. We need that birth sign of this person. Only because it will help you process any other rituals that you might want to be intended to later. I do feel, and I will tell you this, that at the moment you need to redo the ritual or the other ritual that we discussed. And after this one or with this one, you might want to do some type of hate or separation spell for their spouses. Now, I'll tell you this why. Because this will lead a different manner, a different approach toward you, this person. This will make him want you more. When we see conflict in the marriage or in the home, then normally what they do is they seek out to that person that gives them that serenity, that peace in mind, and as a man, that sexual tension. So that makes that person come back more to you as the third party. Okay? So think smart, not negative. Think goals, success, and then you will gather that in its being. Okay? According to his reading is what I'm sensing here. You know, the more attentive you are, the more caring you are, the more giving you are. It feels to me that he is driving into that. And the fact that he is a total different sign from you, and then we also have age difference, it hinders a lot of how we process things and how we work with rituals. Okay, with me that is, because everything matters when I'm doing things. Everything matters. It matters everything about the person, about the way the person is, the energy, spiritual, what's affected in that energy, what has been done with this energy before. It affects all those things. And I know that you've done other things prior to me. So that in itself also hinders. And then it also affects the fact of his desires in the material world. It affects what's around this person, who's around this person, why are those people around this person. And then I have to also look at my client in the same phrase. What's around my client? Who's around my client? What are my client's intentions toward this person? What are my client's end goals with these intentions? And deep down, truly, how does this person feel toward this person? So I have to look at a number of things, thousands of things when I accept a yes or no for a ritual towards client. And believe me that I have denied people sometimes even in daily basis, because according to the energies, it is not worth even trying to do a ritual or a spell for a client, because I already know the ends of results. But in this manner, I truly do know how you feel toward this person. And I know that I can succeed, and I have. In every ritual that I have extended, it has been a goal and success in. And in this case, it has been. But due to the fact of how you processed the things in that ritual last time, it deflated a lot of the results. But it took effect in a lot of other ways, where it put and it lit that spark in his heart when it comes to you. Now he's looking into a more of this physical form of that attraction, of that liking and desiring more towards you than what it was before. But have in mind that you cannot have this point of view of saying, well, I had enough. It can be that way whenever he feels like it, whenever then he can come over. Well, I get it. And you don't have to be in that sense either. But as the third party, there's a limit to what you can and cannot do. And so therefore, for the moment, you have to be at their beck and call until you have the right time to switch that energy and to use it in your benefit. Because if he has a woman that is very demanding, possessive, men-like behavior, then he's going to go toward that person that is the opposite. Totally the opposite of what they have at home. Whether it's a man or a woman, it always is that way. Okay? And so then that would follow who he connects with and attached to the most. And the fact that I feel that he is not strongly connected to his spouse, I don't feel that he is even in love with the spouse, that is for your favor. You have the given, and you have to believe in that. But again, that is your choice. Okay? Now, I will, again, we've talked that I feel that he is talking to someone else. And if you cannot find out who it is, what they are, any information, it's hard to do a ritual in that sense. But there are other spells that you can do toward that person when they have desire towards someone else. There are rituals that you can do, or spell that you can do to minimize their desires, their penis, plain and simple. But that, again, that's another story for you there. So, having said this, because this is his spread, I'll tell you this. I do not feel that this relationship between you and him are over at all. Unless you get frustrated, unless you get tired and you say, hell no. If he's with me, he's talking to someone else, and that means he's cheating me, he's cheating her, I don't want this shit. Hey, that is your choice too. But again, the one that stands the longest and holds out, and the one that is the smartest at the game wins. And like I always say, there's no such thing as a fair game when it comes to love. And I do mean that. Fair and square. I do mean that. Now, when I believe that it's true love in the mind and in the heart and in the soul, guess what? I get it. I get it. For my clients, I get it. Now, I get it done. Now, okay. So let me do another quick spread here. Let's see. And I feel that I'm gonna do the spread for you, but of course I'll see his energy and overall. But I have to do this because, again, I've already explained what I feel in the energy when it comes to you here. But I have to see you in order to see, because I know how he feels. What is he going to do toward you? It's not over between you and him. He's not happy at home. He's going to have a lot of arguments at home. And I do feel that, let me just say this, later on, this person will be divorced. Because he's in and out of the relationship. He's in and out of the relationship. Either she accuses him of cheating, or either she is very arrogant type of like, you know, strict and whatnot, putting her rules in place and whatnot. And so she has those moments of saying, look, mother F and F, if I find out that you are effing, then this is done and over with, and I'm effing. This is literally the language I picked up from his spouse. Okay, so you can bet believe that he's being threatened by it, you know, often, and will be. And so that also gives a leeway to do other things as well. Okay, and you need to hold on if you want it. You know, a little. I have people that have been in third party for a number of years, 10, 12, 15, 20. But they've been in that situation before they came to me. And things are now evolving and changing for those people, you know, and for their best interest, as always, you know. So, and there are people that have days, weeks, months, you know, year, whatever, in third party relationships. And they feel like, okay, it's been 6 months, I'm tired and done with. But, you know, hey, to each his own, right? But if there's no love, then there's no love. If it's only the physical part, then so be it. So again, it just depends on each individual. Okay. Now, thank you, angels of the heavens and earth. Let's see. I think that you think too much, especially when you're on your downsize moment, on your lone time moment, on the moment that you feel that you're needing that attention, that affection. You feel to hate just about everything and everyone. Okay, and when that comes into you, that energy comes into you, you need to refocus and start doing something else that is more convenient to you. Okay, having those positive thoughts, we have, and if I'm not mistaken, discussed that you do need a self-cleansing, spiritual cleansing, and a house cleansing. That is a must. Okay, especially when you're entwined with such negative thoughts, and when you work in spiritual world, then you have to. Okay, like if you had any spiritual work done, you have to do all these things. Angels of the universe, go ahead and show me what is it that I need to know here. Thank you, angels. One more. Let's see. So this is for you. It doesn't matter if he talks to other people or if he flirts with other people. It's a force of habit. I mean, he's still in that age, in that status anyways. When they're not happy and content with what they have, then, you know, flirtation is one of their mechanism of response. Okay. You see, this is why I did this, because I can tell how separate and how different the energy is when it comes to you toward him and him toward you. He is more, and even though he's the opposite of you, you should be what he is feeling now, and you are feeling the way he is, vice versa of the energy, you know. And I feel that you're just tired. I feel that you just want him to decide. I feel that you wish that he can come and be with you and settle in with you and all these things. And that's good to desire those things. But when those things come to mind and you're negative about it, then you're repelling those desires. Believe me. That's how the universe works. You're tired. You don't even want him to fuck anybody else. And I have to excuse my language because I'm getting your energy. And you feel and afraid that if he changes or leaves this work environment, that things will be over between you and him. No, it won't. It's not over. Now, if he decides to change jobs, I do not feel that it's right off the back, though. He is going to be off for a while, and then he'll return, or he'll look into, you know, whatever it is. There is a tendency that he might, if he were to move to a different job, he might see someone, he might meet someone, to your surprise here. But I feel that this energy, since this is your spread, this is toward you or about him, not him about you. So this is you already making those energies take effect. Literally, you're saying, if he does this, he's going to do this and this and that. Yeah. But I don't see him to be over, period. I don't. Not at all. Okay. There might be some downtime for now, but it's still not over between you and him. It's still not over. Here you are thinking of him and wishing that you didn't feel the way you feel sometimes, wishing that you didn't have any feelings toward this person. But likewise, you know, he is evolving to that in baby steps. I do feel that you're going to be with someone else, someone that you either been with in the past, is returning, and yes, it shows as Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, or Rising. You're definitely going to enter into another relationship later on with someone else. There is a water sign included here, but I do feel that this person has been off and off with someone that he's either living with or married to, and always saying that he's going to divorce and whatnot. It will happen later, but not now. He seems to be a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, or Rising. Now, this person, I do feel that you've had something with this person before. You like a lot of sense of style toward him. You have a certain attraction, even sexual attraction toward this person. So either way, I feel that you will be intimate with someone else later on. Okay. Yeah, I do. I see that. Yeah. There's a let me see, where is this person at? Yeah, there's a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, or Rising man. I think that he lives with someone, either married to someone, not happy in a marriage. Yes. You do know a lot of people, a lot of males that are married and they're unfaithful, or vice versa, an unfaithful relationship. There's someone that you consider a friend that you like quite a bit, and he's making a turnaround into your life here. He's coming back. You haven't seen this person in a while. He's coming back here, and this person comes in because he really wants something more stable. So it's really up to you what you desire at the end. But between you and this Aquarius, it's not over between you and this person at all. It's not. So it really is. Now it's in your court. What do you want to do from this point on? What do you want to manifest toward this person? And mind you, when you decide, you need to stick to every detail that I say. Okay? You cannot, because what you do or intentionally, when you do what I ask you to do on a ritual, you are already overturning everything. And so how you tender to what I tell you to do or say, it's how the universe perceives your desires toward succeeding with the ritual or spell. So if you're careless with it, then the universe sees you as being careless toward that person or toward that energy, that spirit. And so therefore, it will return to you as in that level with that person. Okay. And there's no need for me to say that. It's something that you should already know. It's how me in particular, when I do these kind of things, is because this is the way that we change our ways of beings and our desires and needs. But also this is the way that the client, I always make my clients part of the rituals and spells, because your energy is what gets me into the person that we're working in and through. So I go in through you and I come out through you when I'm doing the ritual. And so to succeed and to put that petition out there and be successful at it, you know, that in itself has a lot to do with the client. How you perceive, how you believe, how you have the hope, how you have the faith. And all of this comes in because it's the faith within you, within your spirit, in the higher being. So overall, I'm bringing you back to where you were born at, which is your spirit, your light. Okay? Now, so there we are. Again, this is not over between you and this person. You just have to be patient. You know, yes, you can just say, hey, baby, you need to hurry up and come in, and I need you to be in my bed. Be straightforward like that, but sexual, not aggressive, and not demanding, not in a rude way, just in a sexual yet demanding way. Learn to play. You are a Scorpion. Use that to your advantage. And the Aquarius will love that, because that's what they seek. We all need that emotion. We all need that desire, that attentiveness, that careness, and that love and nurturing care. You name it, we all need it, no matter how old we are, and no matter what type of relationship we are in. Okay? So I wish you the best, and we'll be in contact real soon, real shortly. Okay? Love and light. Thank you.